OBS Medical is the global leader in the development of predictive algorithms for identifying critical instabilities in patients that are not picked up by traditional methods. Our mission is to provide healthcare providers, device manufacturers, and middleware companies with a simple, unambiguous call to action for all caregivers involved in the continuum of care, to reference and respond to patient deterioration, helping to improve clinical outcomes and patient safety through simplification, risk identification, and prevention. OBS Medical. Data for life. What if you could predict instability in a patient well before there is a clinical crisis? Thousands of hospitalized patients die every year from cardiac or respiratory arrest. These patients often exhibit signs of physiological instability for some period of time prior to an arrest. As the population gets older and sicker, and the levels of acuity on the general floor get higher, the need for a new and innovative approach becomes more evident. Existing early warning score systems can be complex and have high rates of false alarms. In some instances, they are carried out by staff not skilled in spotting the subtle signs of deterioration or instability. There are still over 6,000 avoidable deaths in English hospitals each year due to the failure to recognize and respond appropriately to deterioration. Preventing these events is possible through simplification and risk identification, enabling you to intervene earlier. Visensia, the Safety Index, is an advanced automated early warning system that can initiate intervention before a patient's condition deteriorates. Visensia continuously analyzes the combined patterns of 5 patient vital signs and fuses the data into one objective numerical index. This index represents the patient's wellness throughout their hospital stay and enables caregivers to see trends in vital signs and identify subtle changes in patient condition that are the early warnings of clinical instability, helping address the issue of recognizing deterioration.
False alarms are one of the problems that nurses have to deal with. It definitely becomes like the boy crying wolf. And if you hear false alarms too often, then you're going to ignore them.
Understanding which patients are unstable and which patients are deteriorating varies depending on the skill and the experience of the nurse assigned to a patient. Nurses use Visensia to establish acuity levels on their patients. It helps them decide which patients to see first.
Having a reliable and automated pre-crisis alert tool for rapid response teams and other clinical teams can help improve response times system-wide, leading to enhanced patient safety and outcomes, addressing the issue to respond. On average, Visensia provides over 6 hours of advanced early warning, allowing you to intervene sooner.
Visensia has definitely given nurses a feeling of security, that they know exactly how they're going to respond to unstable patients, and when and how they can get help.
When a patient has a Visensia index greater than 3, we can take time to drill down into that patient's abnormality and find out more details about that patient.
When using Visensia over a 4-year period, there was a 37.5% decline of code blue responses in the medical surgical unit, a 34.5% reduction in the mortality rates, a half-day reduction in the length of patient stay. And early research using Visensia in the ICU suggested some critical events can be identified 10 hours in advance. Visensia creates the opportunity to improve patient safety and reduce the cost of patient care. Visensia, the Safety Index, provides benefits to clinicians, healthcare organizations, and patients. You can be confident that meeting the everyday challenges of delivering quality medical care is now easier and more predictable than ever before. Visensia, the Safety Index, brought to you by OBS Medical. Data for life.